I've been obsessed with Spy Family for the last 2 to 3 months. I went from watching a single episode to binge reading everything so far released in a week. I've been pushing it onto other people as much as I can, spreading my addiction and seeing others get addicted. And I know I'm not the only one doing this. So this got me wondering, what is Spy Family doing to hook its audience? What can I learn from it as an author? If this is your first video with me, I'm Marcus Reed, an author who wishes to explore, understand, and master the art of storytelling. To accomplish this, I assess stories, creators, and the craft, one video at a time. So, here I am, wondering what the series did to hook its audience. Since I'm part of the audience, I've reflected on what hooked me. This took me back to Hulu. The first thing I recalled was noticing the word spy in the title and seeing the image of the family. This caught me, and so I clicked, read the synopsis, and learned of the Mr. and Mrs. Smith style setup. This made me remember the second law of writing for strangers. The audience purchases your work because of your concept, but they embrace it because of your characters. This sent me back to the book I learned this from, The Secrets of Story. The fourth law jumped out to me as I reviewed. Audiences don't really care about stories. They care about characters. The first 10 pages or a chapter or whatever, the goal of it shouldn't be to sell your story. People don't care about your plot yet, and they don't know if they should invest. Time's precious, so they're looking for a protagonist that's worth latching onto. This got me thinking about K.M. Weiland's creating character arcs. In it, she notes that first impressions matter, and that a character arc starts with a characteristic moment. I ended up reviewing the 11 things characteristic moments should do. It should 1. Introduce the protagonist. 2. Probably reveal your protagonist's name. 3. Indicate your protagonist's gender, age, nationality, and possibly his occupation, or her occupation, whatever. 4. Indicate important physical characteristics. 5. Indicate his role in the story, i.e. that he is the protagonist. 6. Demonstrate the prevailing aspect of his personality. 7. Hook readers' sympathy and or their interest. 8. Show the protagonist's goal in the scene. 9. Indicate the protagonist's story goal. 10. Demonstrate or at least hint at the protagonist's lie. 11. Influence the plot, preferably directly, but at the very least in a way that foreshadows later events. Obviously, you can replace she for he or whatever. I'm not getting into that. She goes on to note that the reader should select an event which 1. Makes the protagonist appealing to the reader, 2. Introduces both his strengths and weaknesses, and 3. Builds the plot. This got me wondering, how well does Spy Family do this? So I examined Loid, Anya, and Yora's introductions. Loid is introduced duping someone with a disguise, recovering sensitive information, and casually discarding the girlfriend and identity he acquired for the assignment. Anya is introduced at an orphanage, judged as the weirdo, and basically jumping at the call, trying to make herself fit Loid's criteria for a daughter. Yora is introduced at her work as a clerk, oblivious about the gossip and mocking her co-workers are taking part in. When they comment on her appearance and reclusiveness, her reaction isn't to take offense but to view it as genuine feedback. While I could spell it all out, I think you're smart enough to piece together how this hits each point. Anyway, while I've always been someone with a bias for character, this has sold me even more on its importance. I'm gonna go review the first chapter of The Confessions of Cassie Kane, the first entry in my Grandmaster of Theft series, and make sure I'm confident about the characters' debuts. If you can think of any strong character debuts which stand out to you, share them. I don't care if they're from someone else's work or your own. I wish to see what clicks with you as a strong debut. Also, if you're trying to do this yourself and are struggling, maybe I can help. My research didn't end with the above. A new question lingered in my mind. How do I sell the protagonist to the audience? Was there any techniques or tactics I could use? The answer, of course, is yes. However, that's material for another video. Or should I say videos? Let's just say I've quite a bit with Spy Family to come. If it's out by the time you watch this, go give it a look. If not, you've only a week to wait. I post new episodes every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm always on the lookout for people to discuss stories and storytelling with, so I hope to see you there.